Hey now, CJ here with the Build Show, and today we're going to be talking Starlink satellite internet, something that I think needs to be talked about.
Come see CJ Nielsen at Build Show Live. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description for tickets. Use code CJ26 for 25% off.
So let's jump right in. I want to talk specifically Starlink satellite internet. If you haven't seen it, you should give it a Google search and research it a little bit. It's pretty revolutionary. We're on what I'm calling our historic home project, and 22 years in the industry, internet has always been an issue on projects, whether it be temporary services, which Starlink I've seen utilized as and is a great addition. But I want to talk specifically your ISP for your house in a permanent fashion, right? We are on, I think, plus or minus 2,000 acre property. It's, I'd say, 3 to 4 miles from the nearest town. And this has come up on several projects in the past where previous to Starlink, you were out in the middle of nowhere, whether it be grid tied still to the utilities. Communications is a whole nother ballgame. And oftentimes you're presented with the bare bones dial-up or a real primitive supply of internet. In the past, I've seen in certain areas point-to-point Wi-Fi networks, but that's a whole nother issue. So ever since Starlink has come out, I've seen it deployed. It's easily deployable on a residential home for permanent service. And that's what we have right here. So I'll give you the lay of the land. Behind me, I have multiple buildings. Like I said, we're on a couple thousand acre estate. I'm standing at the main house. We have a multi-car garage behind us. We have a barn. We have other outbuildings. We have a horse arena. So it's a pretty spread out property. And internet, obviously, being in this day and age, is a super important thing. And the options on the table prior to Starlink, like I said, was only dial-up, and in some cases, in nearby areas, nothing, right? So you're just kind of out there in the middle of nowhere. You could implement cell, which can get really expensive, and I'm pretty sure the data speeds don't match what Starlink has. So since Starlink being out, it's actually a satellite-based, and all you need is power, and behind us, they've strategically located the antenna for the reception to be in view of the sky. Out of tree coverage does matter with Starlink, so they opted for that location. It works great. It mounts to the side of the building. It only needs power. But how did it get over here? Again, this is a quick, deployable, really good option. In the grand scheme of things, if you have underground infrastructure, you might not go about it this way. But I do want to talk about the way it's happening on this job site right here. Is they bought the home, no internet, they needed something quick. This is an Eros point-to-point Wi-Fi transmitter, right? So we have a transmitter on that side and we have a receiver on this end, and you can see it, Starlink, and on the garage in the same building, they have a point-to-point Wi-Fi repeater that sends the Wi-Fi from that building to this building, and then we have multiple repeaters throughout the house. So this is like a few hour project, right? Mount Starlink, mount point-to-point, mount the corresponding unit on the other side of the house, activate, and then we added 110 volt. That's all they need is a receptacle to plug into, repeaters throughout the house, and we have a mesh Wi-Fi system. Again, maybe not a great solution if you have super fast or require super fast data speeds. But then again, that being said, super inexpensive, relatively speaking, requires basically no wires, especially from building to building. Most of the time, depending on your area, the data speeds are quite impressive. And like I said, quickly deployable. Again, this Starlink could be mounted to a network switch. And in the big picture, we're actually gonna have some underground work coming over, and we're gonna get a conduit over to the building and out to other buildings where we can connect with fiber. So hardwire connection's always better than any point-to-point or any mesh system. But again, I wanted to just highlight that we have internet up and running in this house in less than a day, in less than a few $1,000s in equipment, depending on how many repeaters you get. This just wasn't possible with the technology readily available to any consumer, right? You can jump on Starlink's website, you can order one and they show up at the door. And again, if you have view of the sky, from my understanding, you have internet. So Couple of reasons why I think Starlink's cool and needs to be talked about. Again, job site temporary services, mid-construction where you might not be linked to your permanent ISP, or simply that you don't have options of another ISP and you need to explore, again, getting Starlink and having it as your primary ISP. Side note, I've even seen fleets of vehicles, service companies, contractors, gadget guys that just want internet wherever they go, getting the Starlink Go, I think it is. It's a smaller version, mounting it on the roof. They have suction cups. I think our buddy over there at the Build Show, Matt Reisinger, actually has one mounted on his truck and has a couple videos out there. So again, Starlink is just cool stuff. I really am impressed by it. I have one personally that we use within the company. It's not the mobile version, but oftentimes we needed to program jobs that did not have internet, and we need to set up a network connection because technology requires network in most cases. So lots of options. I just highlighted them. I encourage you to go check out Starlink and just know that it's a tool in your tool belt if you need it. So check out more of our videos on the Build Show. We talk about all these nerdy things, construction related, building science, tons of contributors over there, a million videos. Check it out, and I'll see you on the next one.